Then what kind of, because I am relating all of this to shooting, mostly competitive shooting.
Sure.
What is the mental game behind this? Like what is your mental process going into a fight? What does that look like? I mean, I know there's probably a warming up process of some kind physically, but I'm more interested in the mental aspect of it.
Well, so it is very similar. Obviously, you have your training, which needs to be polishing all the physical skills so that when it's required, you can do it. So you spend a lot of time on a fast draw, fast transition, sight acquisition, reloads, all that kind of stuff. And you learn how to do that like at a subconscious level, so you don't have to think about doing it. When it's time to be done, your body does it. So then when you go to a match and you can look at a stage, you can break apart the stage and see how you want to run that stage. And you know that your body is going to do the right things. Like, here's the start position. The first position I'm going to shoot from is, 10 feet to my right around a barricade or something. And how to run over there properly. You're not going to sprint and fall out of bounds and lose your position. You're going to decelerate properly because you've trained all of those skills before. So then when it comes time to shoot the match, you don't have to tell yourself, hey, start decelerating 3 steps early so that I can be in position with the gun, because you've already trained all of that stuff. So then when it's time to break down the stage, you're just go here, shoot these, go here, shoot these, reload as I move over here, shoot these, you can walk through it in more simple terms because you've already trained all of the individual skills. And that's how fighting always was for me. I always would look at every fight, every position. I wanted to break apart that position and try to figure out what is the best way to handle this. If he's going to do this, these are my options. This is my best option. This maybe is the one that's easiest. This is the one he's going to expect the least. And then when it comes time to fight, all I have to do is just basically go in there and let my body go on autopilot and do what it wants to do because I've already trained all of the skills.
That's what I was going to ask you, was what percentage of a fight do you feel like is subconscious competence and what percentage is conscious, like strategic thought while you're doing it? Like literally, if you're able to have a conversation with the ref or people outside the ring while you're fighting, you're obviously not needing to give too much conscious skill, cognitive skill to it.
Well, so there's different portions of a fight. Obviously, in an MMA fight, when you're standing up and you're throwing punches and stuff, you got to be a little more dialed in and focused there.
Well, sure, yeah.
You can't really split your attention there because your reflexes and things are a lot. You got to be sharp on the ball. But then when you're on the ground, everything slows down a little bit, and so you have a little more bandwidth to think and expand your focus a little bit more and start opening up and loosening up a little bit. And that's really what I always excelled was on the ground more than anything.
So when you're standing up, are you being more reactive, so to speak? Then when you're on the ground, you have time to think and time to recoup a little bit, right? Yeah. Or is that just as taxing physically being on the ground?
When you get better, it does tend to be a little more time to relax and recuperate and let your body recharge a little bit. But your reflexes and reaction time are way more important on your feet.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. Wow, this is so fascinating because there's a lot of correlations actually between, and it's just being a high performer in general, I think, is what this is really about.